My own strategy this time around is that I am going to support a northerner.
So guys, at this time, one might be wondering if Peter Obi should still belong to this coalition, as Kenneth Okonkwo has come out to say he is in support of a northerner. I mean, Kenneth Okonkwo is going to be supporting Atiku in this coalition. The question remains, should Obi still be part and parcel of this coalition? Don't forget that Peter Obi actually took his time to take this decision, because yes, Peter Obi has the support base of Nigerian youths, but he needed some of these politicians, you know, to play his card better this time around. Don't forget, some of these politicians in the coalition are from the APC. They know how the election was rigged. They know how INEC was bought over. They know how the judiciary was bought over. They know all what transpired. People like Erufa, you won't tell me he is not aware of the mathematics that was, you know, that took place before that glitch happened. So I think it would have been good to, like, you know, get these people on board so as to get clues on how to mitigate all such things happening again. And now look at what is happening. Kenneth Okonkwo is boldly telling the entire world that he's not going to be supporting Peter Obi. He will support a northerner. I can't believe that this is coming from, you know, from Kenneth Okonkwo. Sometimes you just keep wondering what is wrong with our Igbo brothers. The same thing Soludo did in the last election, coming to tell the world that Peter Obi does not have the capacity to be the president of this country. Now go and trace or check the track record of Soludo for almost 4 years. Go and check, go and see the projects. Go and check what Soludo has achieved. Almost zero. This is somebody who criticized Peter Obi. Not now that governors are getting good money. Peter Obi did all he did from nothing. Even though the state was owing, Peter Obi cleared all those debts and still was able to do the much he did and still save the money for the people of Anambra. Now, back to Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo said Peter Obi is not that radical to be able to stand the politicians in the APC. Ask me, is it Atiku that is radical? Or does it mean Kenneth Okonkwo does not still believe or understand that it's the turn of the South? Sometimes you just keep wondering what is happening. Anyway, guys, we are not going to give up in this fight because, see, the system must be changed. I mean, Nigeria must work. Now, Kenneth Okonkwo is saying that he's vouching for Atiku Abubakar. The big question there is, should Peter Obi still be in this coalition? Don't forget that Dati Ahmed is equally skeptical about this coalition. He's not very sure that this coalition is going to go as planned. I mean, Dati Ahmed said he could not even believe him, you know, sitting and mingling with all these politicians in the name of wrestling power from Tinubu. But guess what? Peter Obi has told Nigerians that things can work in this country, and his desire is to get there and lay strong foundations, you know, that people can come in and build upon to make Nigeria another working economy. So guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at what Kenneth Okonkwo said during this period. You know, it's going to shock you to see all these things coming from Kenneth Okonkwo that praised Peter Obi and told the world who is like Peter Obi, a man who took Nigeria, who took Anambra from this to there and all that. Tell me reasons Kenneth Okonkwo will be supporting Atiku that has corruption allegations around him. Peter Obi that is unstained, he can no longer support Peter Obi. I'm just wondering what has transpired. Don't forget, Kenneth Okonkwo visited Atiku after he announced his resignation from the Labour Party. Anyway, guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at this interview session. It was really interesting to see how people can really change their stance without any concrete reason. Take your time, watch this video, and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Now take a look.
And the suit is between Adeyemi Emmanuel, plaintiffs, Ayodeji, Victor Tolu, and Aruna Ismaila against African Democratic Congress, ADC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, Ralph Nwosu, Senator David Mark, Raouf Aregbesola, and Bolaji Abdullahi is an originating summons. And within 30 days, the originating summons opener says that after the service of this summons on them, inclusive of the day of such service, cause an appearance to be entered on them to this summons. So there are questions for determination, which is going to be what we'll be opening with my guest tonight. Kenneth Okonkwo is the presidential campaign spokesperson for the Labour Party in the 2023 election, a politician and a lawyer. Thanks so much indeed for joining us tonight.
It's my pleasure, and thank you, viewers, for joining us.
Are you surprised that this is coming?
No.
You saw it's coming?
Absolutely. What do you expect when the ruling party has become jittery, that the party that would take them out with their incompetence and corruption has just appeared in the hemisphere politically of Nigeria? We are used to all these shenanigans. Now, let me make it very clear. The Supreme Court is very clear that the issue of the leadership of A political party is the internal affairs of a political party that's not justiciable. There is no jurisdiction of the courts to interfere in the leadership of the ADC. And I had the opportunity of just going through the determinations. I'm sorry to say, low intelligence, low IQ. I couldn't see the provisions of the ADC that they enunciated. It was just in one, they were saying Article 9D. Article 9, if I can remember, talks about the rights and obligations of members. And in that particular place, they say the NWC has the power to waive the provisions of compliance to eligibility to contest election. And let me make it clear. You were interviewing Kachukwu one time, and you told him, who is the chairman? He said, Mosu is, this and that. You asked him, if Mosu is not the chairman, who is the chairman? He said, nobody. Now, let me say, can there be any party where there is vacuum without leadership? So who is the chairman that is questioning the authority of Mosu? Because you have to have local standing before you even talk. And who is interested in being the chairman? Nobody. No alternate chairman. We did our due diligence. Every court case before we accepted ADC has been reconciled through ADR. That's why you're seeing fresh cases. No other case.
But look at what
the hand of
some of the
and the voice of Jacob.
Some of the
The hand of Adeyemi and the voice of APC.
Really? You think they are members of the APC?
I said the hands of one Adeyemi and the voice
because
of APC.
The locus is going to be established. And whether or not, if you are not a member of the party, whether or not you can challenge whatever is the ongoing in the party.
That's what I'm saying. They are talking about leadership. Are they part of the leaders?
But as a member of the party, can they challenge the issues in the party?
As in what locus do you have to challenge the leadership? Now, let me tell you what happened. I was present at the inauguration, and I witnessed that the whole NWC, the whole executive of the party, resigned on their own, voluntarily. Do you cry more than the bereaved?
So one of the determination here, on the number 3, it says, what are the key individuals involved in the merger?
Yes.
Like the 4th, 5th, and the 6th. Talking about Adegbeshola, David Mark, and Bolaji Abdullahi were properly registered members of the 4th defendant, which is the ADC, to qualify for leadership position. So you said the question, can you build something on nothing? Can you be a leader in a party that you don't have a membership of?
And I am asking you, those people purporting themselves to be the claimants, are they the people responsible to keep the register of the party? So how do they know? What is their business? That's what I'm saying. On what locus? The executives are telling you that these are their members. And they resigned. And they told you these are the interim leadership. And you, that is not privy to the register of the party, you're coming to talk what?
Are you privy to the constitution of the ADC?
Are they executives?
No, are you privy to the constitution of the ADC?
This is it.
All right.
And they gave it to me.
Is there any place that makes provision for interim leadership of the party?
Now, let me ask you. Assuming, without considering, that there is a natural mishap, I'm not even going to the constitution, that consumed all the leadership of the party. What do? You throw away the party. I'm asking. Because all of them resign. So what do you do? Why do they use the word interim? Why do you use the word acting?
On what grounds also, when people say they are still members of their party, members of Labour, members of PDP, members of APC, but they are coming into the ADC and they say they remain members of those parties until further notice.
Those people are not part of the defendants. I have seen the resignation letter of David Mark.
Thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us. I'm still with Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. So you're saying all of this gives you no concern. The membership is solid. And you are moving forward.
Yes. And
you're not deterred by this.
So, again, what I want to tell you is there is no express provision in any constitution that when somebody wants to resign, he must put it in writing. So you can resign by conduct, orally, or in writing. There's no place in the constitution. So if I become a member of another political party, automatically I've resigned from the other one.
When you heard about Mr. Abure's group in the Labour Party threatening Mr. Peter Obi, what did you think?
What I think is that what you have just asked me is the internal affairs of Labour Party. I'm no longer a member of Labour Party, and let them sort out their own.
But you and Mr. Peter Obi are a member of ADC now.
Well, Peter Obi said he's still in Labour Party. So until he comes into ADC officially and formally, then I'll be able to take your question.
The APC and the government of the day, he said that whatever is the constitution of the people in ADC is of no consequence. They are wasted and of inconsequence. The people and the movement called the ADC or the coalition.
Yeah, who said that?
The government has said so.
You still believe this government? The government also told you that they are going to give you 12% increase in GDP. Have they been able to exceed 3%? This government said they are for the welfare of Nigerians. You know, I told my people, I want to travel to Enugu State to establish ADC, and I may want to stay 2 days there. And they told me I have to set aside about 800,000 naira. Because the flight, one-way ticket, is about 250,000 naira. So when you go and come back, stay in a hotel for 2 days.
Have you tried
and do other things?
Have you tried
Enugu Air? Beautiful. You know, I congratulate my governor for the inception of Enugu Air. I had made my booking before then. I will soon try Enugu Air. And I enjoin every Nigerian to come to Enugu Air, the state of peace.
You will pay for that advertisement. But the big question here is, how do you know Bola Tinubu very well?
Yes.
You know the APC as presently constituted. How do you want to defeat that tendency in our political climate at the moment in 2027?
Now, it is a very easy thing if people will yield to strategy and not sentiment. Give Bola Tinubu his own style, his own strategy, and he's back to Bodilon. What did Bola Tinubu do in 2015? He went to the north, picked a man that he knows that all the northerners are in support. As at that time, Bola Tinubu wanted to be president because he said it's his lifetime ambition. But he knew that if he, as a southerner, tries to take out an incumbent southerner, he will fail. Because nobody has succeeded from the same section of the president, incumbent, to take out an incumbent president. He went to the north and brought a man that he knew that all the northerners are supporting. And when he brought him, any combination from the south took out Jonathan, and he bided his own time, and he came in later to become the president. That is strategy. If my own strategy this time around is that I am going to support a northerner in 2027.
Really?
Yes. And it must be my condition to the northerners. It must be a northerner that the whole north will be willing to support.
Like an Atiku.
If the whole north is willing to support an Atiku, why not?
Or a Tambuwal.
If the whole north is willing to support, why not?
Or an Erufai.
Good. The person must be qualified, must have experience, and if he has experience in the presidency, it's an added advantage. And when we put up anything from the south, that will push him through. Let me tell you.
But would that be fair? Would that be fair that there was an 8 years of Buhari, a 4 years, if the case is the way you have put it, of Bola Tinubu, and then now the South has not had a share of 8 years in the rotation understanding of Nigeria, politically speaking? Would that be a fair game?
Good. Thank you for this question. And let me use this opportunity to clarify. The term of the president is 4 years, not 8 years. According to Alex Ekweme, what they agreed initially is that this post will be rotated amongst the geopolitical zones for 4-year term. And it will, in 24 years, it will have completed. But when Obasanjo came in, that was why Ekweme contested for 2203 election, that was when he said it. When Obasanjo came in, he took 8 years. But what happened? When Yar'Adua came in, before he finished one term, he died in office. Did they not insist that he must finish his 8 years? The answer is no. You know why? It is one term for the president, and the 8 years is for the incumbent. If the incumbent is doing well, if there is a supervening event that stops an incumbent halfway, the other half is there for every Nigerian to contest. And if it goes to the other side will now spend 4 years. That was what happened between Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan. Yar'Adua spent 4 years. Just take it 4 years. Of course, you know he died before the 3rd year. And then it was a supervening event that did not allow the incumbent to finish the 8 years. What happened? Goodluck Jonathan came. The North said, please, let us finish our 8 years. They said, no, it's a joint ticket. Something has happened. And this is the vice president. Treat it as a joint ticket. Let them divide the position now into half. 4 years for the North, 4 years to the South. And after, it will come back to the North to finish its 8 years. And that was what happened. Even when Jonathan wanted to now continue to do 8 years, the North said no. That will now be injustice. And they fought, and they took it back to the North. And the North finished 8 years. Now it is back to the South. And Tinubu has become incurably bad. And now you want to terminate his incumbency. Anybody telling you that it's injustice, if the North comes in, if the South comes in, and whoever wins in a primary election will take it for 4 years. Where is the injustice? It has happened before. So, and anybody telling you to bring a fresh Southerner to compete against Tinubu, a Southerner, is trying to tell you to zone the ticket to Tinubu, and Tinubu will win outrightly.
So you are saying that invariably that Tinubu's possibility of becoming or being re-elected in 2027
yes,
is incumbent on the opposition fielding the same candidate from the same zone. But that if the opposition wants to beat Tinubu and the APC,
yes,
the candidate must come from the opposite zone.
Absolutely. And I'll give you the reason. In 2019, the opposition wanted to use Atiku with Obi to beat an incumbent Northerner who had just done 4 years. Did they succeed? No, they failed. And what happened? Tinubu, strategically, in 2015, he used a Northerner to remove an incumbent Southerner. Did he succeed? Yes. Because that is
he conceding to the fact that the North has a more political weight in the power game?
No. Let's look at it this way. Somebody from your zone, if you listen to Olufalaye said his election was rigged. But immediately the people rigged him out. They prevailed on him that he is a fellow Yoruba person that he contested with. Why not let him leave it? We have not had a good electoral system. This election is going to be written, like I've always told you, in 2027. They have already prepared it. Have they done electoral? Yes, have they done.
Do you have evidence to that?
No, I told you 2023 there was technical glitch, and they have not given us the excuse till today. Technical glitch, by my own definition, is the process of suspending an election so that you can write it instead of transmitting it. And there is no assurance that it will not have in 2027.
If you say so that
if they write the 2027 and is a fellow Southerner that you're competing with, they will prevail on you. Please leave him. He's your fellow Southerner. And then that is how they will steal the election. So if you bring somebody from the Southeast, even if you win, they will steal it from him. Let me tell you the strategy that will make the Southeast man to be president. Do you know the Southwest has never contested election against an incumbent? Strategy. Because they know in Nigeria, if you don't have the establishment supporting you, even if you win, they will steal it from you. Olufalaye said it was stolen from him. If you ask me, I will say we won the election in 2023. It was stolen from us because we didn't have.
We won the election.
That's my belief. In 2023, I believe it. But they stole it from us.
Let me ask
you. And if you do it again, they will steal it again from you because there is no incumbent to back you. But if you bring somebody from the North, nobody will prevail on him to leave his victory
quickly
because because he's not from the same side with you.
Yeah, quickly. How do you then tell Nigerians
that
the ruling party has said These people are spent. They've been in power. What new thing do they want to bring? How do they defend the failures of the past government, which they were part of? Some past governors, past ministers. How do you defend that the failures of this country in the past, you are coming and you say you want to redeem it? Would Nigerians believe the coalition and some of the elements in it?
Okay, let me give you an example. The worst of PDP now has become better than the best of APC. Assuming you talk about an Atiku, if he can take us to Obasanjo days, are we not going to celebrate? Assuming. Because the performance of APC has beatified. PDP has beatified. Whoever served, for instance, in Obasanjo's government, they paid off all our debts. You remember? And we were not owing. APC has borrowed Nigeria into about 177 trillion naira in debt without nothing to show for it. We are enjoying darkness, not light. We have told you now, people cannot fly to go and come back. I've told you how flawed took away 500 persons in Niger State. The president has not gone to commiserate with them. I've told you how 500 persons were roasted by terrorists in Benue State. Now, if you get a president, assuming who was with Obasanjo, there was no security problem then. We were moving in the right direction. No debt, our economy became the largest in Africa. Assuming, wouldn't you be happy?
Right.
So when they say the same old people, please, APC should stop lying.
All right, Mr. Kenneth.
So guys, let's quickly take a look at some of the reactions coming from Nigerians after Kenneth Okonkwo came out to say he's going to support Atiku Abubakar in the next election. Surprisingly, Nigerians are shocked that Kenneth Okonkwo has reduced himself to nothing. This is a man who is supposed to be riding on the support of the youth, but see how he has condescended. Very soon, Atiku will quit politics because guess what? Atiku cannot win the election. He doesn't have the support base. The North might support him, not even the entire North. You know, not even the entire North will support him. And in the South, he's going to lose massively because it's the turn of the South. So I think Kenneth Okonkwo is just going to end his political career by supporting Atiku Abubakar. Anyway, guys, I'm going to read out some of the reactions coming from Nigerians after Kenneth Okonkwo made that statement. It has been trending on Twitter, and let me allow you to take a look at what Nigerians are saying. The first person here said, what a shame Atiku has started feeding him. He said Atiku has started giving him money. That is why he's talking rubbish. This person says, stop crying, please. This person is telling Kenneth Okonkwo to stop crying. Another person said, but a Southerner won another Southerner in his home state of Lagos in 2023. He beat him black blue to the extent that they have to switch off IREV. You are a liar. This person is calling Kenneth Okonkwo a liar. Another person said Kenneth Okonkwo will be very good vice presidential candidate to Atiku. This is coming from a Yoruba, a Tinubu supporter. Another person said Kenneth Okonkwo, your analogy is wrong, big time. APC chose the Buhari because he has more voting bloc and more popular in 2023 and more popular in 2023 to 2025. The most popular and reliable presidential candidate is Peter Obi. Take it or leave it. So this person is saying, see, for the fact that no matter who you are supporting, Peter Obi remains the most popular candidate. Hey, Kenneth Okonkwo has reduced himself to nothing. He has ended his political career. Atiku will soon quit politics. Kenneth Okonkwo will go hiding. Hey, God. Now, this person said, this is the truth. A Southerner can't take out a Southerner, and Tinubu will get far more votes than Obi in the core North. So this person is saying that Tinubu is going to win in the North and a Southerner cannot take out a Southerner, according to what Kenneth Okonkwo said. Another person said, not true. What is true is that the North will actually determine who becomes president in 2023. At the same time, that president they would make that president they will make will not be from the North, meaning that the North is going to decide who they want to support, and they will not support a Northerner, because supporting a Northerner means you are not following the arrangement, knowing that it is the turn of the South. So the coalition is now splitting because guess what? This is not going to work. This person say this fool has already been displaying his stupidity to Obi prior to his discussion tonight. Another person said, one quick question to this loudmouth. Before Buhari took out Jonathan, was there any history of an incumbent losing in an election? I'll help you here. PDP was a victim of an overwhelming campaign that pitched it as an extreme corrupt party vis-a-vis Jonathan's administration, and another person here said ADC must field from the north. The bitter truth. This person is saying that this person is supporting Kenneth Okonkwo, that ADC should get. Anyway, we are not going to be bothered. Obedience, you don't need to be worried. Let them feed. If the Nigerian youths come out, Peter Obi is definitely going to win. The only problem we have now is INEC. That's why people are talking about reform. INEC reform. Let them reform so that we'll be able to see transmission of results real time. That is what we should be calling on. Peter Obi should just quit this coalition. Peter Obi should quit this coalition. I mean, it's not going to be in his own benefit. This person saying he's got a point for ADC, but I really wish that I really wish it's the other way. This person say fact. Some people are supporting what Kenneth Okonkwo is saying. Another person say when you receive a lot from Atiku, that Kenneth Okonkwo is speaking because Atiku has paid him, and this other person said, as an obedience, I will personally campaign for T-Pain if that deadly, desperate Fulani criminal called Atiku emerges as ADC candidate in the next election. Congratulations to Tinubu. If Atiku becomes ADC candidate, T-Pain must complete his 8 years as the southern president of Nigeria. So guys, a whole lot is happening. The person is saying that Tinubu has to complete his 8 years instead of a northerner to come and interrupt the time of the south, This person say Kenneth Okonkwo is just being stupid. Where was he when Peter Obi defeated Tinubu and Atiku in the last election? I don't blame him, Sha. I blame INEC. Another person say these are the people holding Nigeria down. This kind of mindset. Kenneth Okonkwo has reduced himself to nothing, honestly. God, Kenneth Okonkwo get Atiku job. I hope the pay is good. The greedy southern politicians will always sell their bed rights to the highest bidder from the north. I love this statement, honestly. I really love it, I love this statement. This guy said the southerners will always sell to the highest bidder from the north. And this person said, this one is a shameless criminal. Just come out and say you will support Atiku. Nobody is telling you not to. After all, it's your constitutional right. Imagine this one considering himself as an authority. Nonsense. And another one says, Kenneth Okonkwo, you must be mad to think only the North can win. What if the North support South like we supported them? Wow. This person said, it seems Kenneth Okonkwo's speech carries more importance than the president in Brazil. All news channel with a link to the cartel are streaming it like it's a defeat for Obi. Kenneth Okonkwo just expressed a wish. Look at the caliber of people. Does anyone look like his mate? Another person say, come to think of it, when did Kenneth Okonkwo become an expert on political matters that he now suddenly has an opinion on every issue and believes must be correct, must be the correct assertion? It's funny that this point he made is trending, and even those who were abusing him only recently are quoting him. Another person say Kenneth Okonkwo's haywire with his load of rubbish. How come Jonathan's period, Tinubu's period are even alike? Jonathan has done 1 term and a half and is on to the next. Plus he campaigned on 1-term president. Again, there is Buhari, the grassroots support. That Buhari had a stronger grassroots support, This person say, as a southerner, if you are willing to trade the 8 years of another southerner to please the northerner again, then you are a brainless and a reproach to your region. A northerner finished 8 years, bad and worst, and you still want another northerner to succeed after 4 years. This one is another powerful one, honestly. Kenneth Okonkwo. Another who know how much Atiku takes sign this one few months back. Obedient, make una shine on our eyes, so else trust Peter Obi, trust Peter Obi, shine. This person is saying that obedience, you people should shine on our eyes. Andy Okonkwo, or whatever you call yourself, stop this nonsense talk. If you have credibility, you can never vouch for Atiku. You are just fooling yourself. This is powerful. This is powerful. Another person say, if you like zone ticket to South, Tinubu will use the 8 years complete by special grace of Almighty. Your coalition is a bunch of scammers. They are angry just for 2 years. Another person say, Kenneth Okonkwo is entitled to his opinion. Peter Obi will not play second fiddle to anyone. If they insist that Atiku will be ADC flag bearer, then so be it. PO will not be part of it. Let Atiku square it, and we square it out with Tinubu. He will not ride on PO's will. Full stop. So this guy is saying that Atiku cannot take advantage of Peter Obi's supporters. If he says he wants to become the ADC flag bearer, good and fine. He should go and set and fight the battle with Tinubu. So guys, a whole lot of reactions that I will not be able to take. Let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Let me just read one or two. This one, who invited them to the coalition to come fight against Peter Obi? Big mouth, closer. Another person said, Tinubu never contested for election. It was his turn to be president of Nigeria as agreed with Buhari. Be guided with your strategy. Saying Kenneth Okonkwo, Tinubu didn't contest. Tinubu believe it's his birthright. And this person said, Atiku boy don't talk. Someone tell this clown to shut the fuck up. Another person said, what is he saying? But Obasanjo took out Olufela in the presidential election. Another person said, who better to pay than close ally of Obi? Atiku has not changed, still corrupting the process. Hi, Atiku, still corrupting the process. Can you imagine? It's really so sad. As Nigerian, you people are yet to tell us why an Igbo man can't rule this country. At this point where we are still talking on where an aspirant will come from, it just means we don't get it yet as Nigerians. So guys, the reactions are much. Let me stop here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's really so sad that you know, an Igbo man is always the one fighting an Igbo man. You can see it when people say Igbos don't love themselves. It's not far from you seeing it. You know, this is just it. Don't forget, the same Peter Obi suffered serious attack from Soludo, who came out to say Peter Obi does not have what it takes to rule Nigeria, and he supported Atiku. Atiku now lost. Soludo is gradually wanting to support Tinubu, but he doesn't know how to come out boldly. Anyway, he has been there for 4 years. A professor, he couldn't go and check out all the road he's building. It's just doing you know, all those play that children used to play in those days now, cooking with their tin and all that when they are small. That's just what Soludo is doing there. They will look down on Peter Obi. This is a man, if not for any other thing, Peter Obi's cleanliness. I mean, when I mean cleanliness, out in terms of corruption, is something else. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.